Hi everybody, Vali here at Roots, part of our mini series here of videos regarding Systema and methodology in general. Question comes up around the role of techniques in our work. So today we're just going to take a look at principles, techniques, and attributes. We have done shorter videos on each of them, and I think what's important to recognize in Systema in general that yes, we're principle-based martial art. Having said that, it doesn't mean that as a practitioner or as a student that you shouldn't be studying technique, right? And there are plenty of techniques in all sorts of other martial art, and this is why, in general, if you're really technique savvy, there are other systems out there that might be more suited. Now, we know the value of principles. We know that your principle is your core, your attributes attached to it, your skills, part of your skills are techniques, they're attached to your core principle. So yes, we do need to make sure that our principles are well taken care of, right? Now with the techniques, I can assure you we have students here who come and train, and if you leave it up to them, they could spend months and years doing grab, escape, takedowns, etc. And they will never learn how to properly execute an armbar or to properly get a wrist lock, right? So as instructors, we do owe it to our students to share and impart some of that knowledge. Now, overall, if you're a competitive fighter, or if you're doing Systema as a practice, or if it's self-defense, or if you're a professional application, it's always going to have different place, these three different items in your training. But I can assure you that if you're working competitively, or if you're a sport fighter, having strong attributes and strong principle base are going to make it difficult for your partner to get the better of you. But if you want to get the upper hand, if you want to be able to submit your partner, you are probably going to have some techniques in your tool set, right? So let's not dismiss techniques. I think it's important that we recognize their importance. And yes, it's not where it should be 80 or 90% of our training time going. But we can't just say, we don't need techniques, or techniques are useless. Techniques are, to some extent, broken down principles. So as instructors, we need to be able to impart knowledge. And when you start with a principle and then you start sequentially breaking it down, if we're breaking it too finely, then we end up with very defined techniques, right? Fine line in there that we need to work with. So, in conclusion, really, my important part, I think, is to recognize that this is not principle versus technique versus attribute, but in order for you to be a wholesome, holistic, well-rounded practitioner, you need to work on all of them. So let's go principles plus your techniques plus your attributes. That's what's going to give you the upper hand. That's what's going to give you a better understanding of the practice, and it's going to give you, it's going to make you a better fighter and better practitioner. Anyways, if you have any other questions, please direct them Vali at RootsDojo.com, and be glad to hear from you. Otherwise, feel free to come and join us here at beautiful Denman Island. We love our training and love you guys out there. See you soon.